Kathmandu School of Law, Dedakot, and it is in Nepal. So now let us go for her academics. She had done her graduation in law from the Government College of Kerala. Then she had also done her master's from Ansal University, Gurgaon, Haryana. She has also done her PhD and MPhil from Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi. It is also important to note that she had also excelled in various moot court competitions which were held during her collegehood days, and she had also received an award from the Kerala High Court Justice in the then times. So she had a very bright academic career. Apart from that, she had also authored various books on various subjects and her special subject. Yes.
Go on, madam.
And her special, yes.
Go on, go on. Madam, continue. Lipika, madam, continue.
Yes, yes. And her special subject in PhD as well as in MPhil she had done on international law. So she had authored various books and articles in various journals on international law as well as on human rights. Presently, there are various upcoming journals and publications which are yet to be published, but very soon they will be published. So we are very fortunate in this session of the second day, the first session of the second day, to have Amrita Madam with us. And I would now request her to speak on the subject. Amrita Madam, please over the stage.
Thank you, Lipika ma'am, for introducing me. First of all, I would like to thank the principal of Vaikunta Baliga College of Law, Udupi, for inviting, and Dr. Rangaswamy sir for inviting me personally for talking in this two-day international seminar. So recently, like I've been reading many things on women, gender, etc. So I told him that this year, the Intellectual Property Day on April 26th, 2023, the theme was women and innovation. So women in innovation. So I thought I'll talk about women, intellectuality, and intellectual property rights, giving it a theoretical understanding. So coming on to a theory of feminism, basically, we women have been not considered actual being in many cultures. So while going through many articles, I found a century-old article which was published in 1905 in International Journal of Ethics. The author is Helen Bosanquet. I believe she's a German because she has talked about German culture a lot in that article. The title of the article is The Intellectual Influence of. So it was published perhaps more than a century ago, that in 1905. So she talks about various cultures which do not give importance to the intellectuality of women. They are largely confined to household chores, and she keeps mentioning that German men, they do not take take their women out for parties and all, because they do not consider them as equal. Situations have changed to a large extent, uh, but there are many things which I found are still uh, existing, which the author in 1905 has mentioned. One enemy, which he calls like a social enemy or cultural enemy against women, is that, quoting her, it is the position that the influence of women is detrimental within the sphere of intellect itself, that it tends for superficiality and feebleness in all branches of intellectual activity, in literature, art, music, drama, and even science itself. So she calls that women are not considered intellectuals, and their influence may be detrimental to the sphere of intellect itself. So that was the position taken largely by society and basically culture. But she also says that before the idea of culture, civilization, and those aspects came, there was not much gender disparity earlier. The private and the public dichotomy, that is, the public life is for the men. The men are the ones who earn, they are the ones who innovate, they are the ones who write literature, they are the ones who create art, music, etc. And private sphere was considered for women. That is, they are engaged more in household chores, cooking, caring for the children, uh, those aspects, maybe gardening, taking household as their world. So that was the idea which was brought in. But she asked to throw away these enemies and bring in intellectuality, consider women's intellectuality, so that even the marital life would be also based on equality, and also the public life would also be based on equality. Women go to work, they can also contribute to the economy. So that's the idea which she gave in 1905. But later on, we have the Bible for uh, women, we can say, the book called The Second Sex, that is written by Simone de Beauvoir, who is like considered to be the pioneer of the feminist ideas. So she also talks about this aspect of public and private duties that are divided between men and women. Even though, like, uh, women contribute intellectually, like she was a very big philosopher who got admission in France, and known for her debates with her partner Jean-Paul Sartre. But what she felt personally was, whenever she goes out, people would comment on her beauty, her looks, or generally of the women. They would talk about their personal aspects, like how is your child doing, what are how are you taking care of your household, and those aspects, like the personal aspects, maybe beauty, looks, the dress, or say the footwear which they wear. These kind of aspects were given more importance than the intellectual aspects which a woman would have, maybe a political opinion which a woman would like to express, maybe her opinion on environment, or say weather or anything. Rather than giving importance to those opinions, those intellectual opinions, uh, women's matters were confined to the personal sphere. That's the opinion which she gave. Now, in recent times, we have even in India various you know uh, feminists like Nivedita Menon, Ruth Vanita, or Vandana Shiva. Even though Vandana Shiva is largely known as an environmentalist, but we can find a lot of feminist understanding even in environmental aspects and advices to women, which she gives, which are very very important, and for the youth also. So these people have uh, given a basic understanding of the idea of women and intellectuality. Um, Apart from this, in the recent times, we can find that it is not only gender uh, that is considered important. There's a lawyer called Kimberly Williams Crenshaw, uh, an American lawyer. She's a black woman. She found that the laws which were existing it's in the 1960s that she started examining them, which were there in US, were either for the men, and men means white men. And if the laws talked about women, they largely benefited the white women. So, what about the black women? That was the law which she raised at that time. And because of this analysis, she brought in a very important theory called intersectionality. And that is largely applied in gender studies and various other studies. So, the theory of intersectionality means that it overlaps various social identities like race, gender, sexuality, and class. And in case of India and South Asia, we can see caste also playing a very big role in marginalization. So these identities of race, gender, sexuality, and class, they contribute to the specific type of systemic oppression and discrimination which are experienced by an individual. So it is not only a gender which plays a role, there are other aspects of race, sexuality, class, caste, which also should be considered. So if, say, a upper caste woman has the funding for innovation, maybe lower caste and lower class woman might find it more difficult for funding. So these aspects need to be considered in case of intellectual property rights also. So there are various other aspects or articles which are written on women and intellectual property rights, or the feminist methodologies and intellectual property rights. One is a very good article in the Handbook of Intellectual Property Laws, Intellectual Property Research, Lenses, Methods, and Perspective, written by Anne Bartow, which talks about feminist methodologies and intellectual property. Other scholars like Shireen Emrai have written on feminist understanding of intellectual property rights. So basically, if you consider this year's theme of um Intellectual Property Day also, we find various problems which have come up. If you check the World Intellectual Property Organization website, there are various studies on women and patents, women and trademarks, women and copyright. So those aspects are there. So the major problem which women find in patenting their innovation is funding. Like they don't get funding easily, maybe from the research institutes where they are working, or the business entities or the companies where they are working, or from the universities where they are working. Their research might be considered not bar. It is a fact for today that it is considered, secondary. And therefore, there are like various steps taken by even by the Indian government for helping women in scientific research. The second problem which they face largely is recognition. So they are not even mentioned in the outcomes. So there might be like 4-5 researchers working on, and in the outcome, maybe say the research paper which came out, their names might not even be mentioned in the outcome of the paper. So this is another issue. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, very much. Please go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just checking.
Please go ahead.
So these two problems, like funding and recognition, and another issue which is largely focused by World Intellectual Property Organization or the studies which talk about uh, women in research, is the STEM education: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This education in this particular field, we find that gender disparity is very high. Men dominate this field. So in case, like, if you have friends who are studying engineering or who have studied engineering, you can find, in streams like mechanical engineering, there might be 20 boys and 1 girl. So when we talk to, those who are into scientific research, we can find various issues. Like, they keep uh, doing scientific experiments continuously for 24 hours, and ultimately when the outcome is there, maybe their professors take the credit. This issue remains with maybe our peer group who are in this field, or those who are established in a particular field. So STEM education, the focus on STEM education needs to be to emphasized, so that women can participate in innovation more. Then talking about copyright, so there are like many books that are written by uh, largely by men. Also women also contribute to fiction writing, non-fiction, like people like us who come up with research articles or say some books at the time. But I, personally feel, despite the fact that I have various kind of support personally for taking care of my child, or those aspects, definitely that is there. But despite that, I feel that if I were a man, I could have written more, I could have researched more, I could have contributed more. That's, a reality. Even some of my colleagues, women who are well renowned in the field of, human rights and other subjects, they also say the same thing. If I were a man, I would have contributed more, I would have published more, I would have written more. So that's a reality in case of publishing books, research articles, and those aspects. So taking one example from Ann Bouter's article is that J.K. Rowling, when she brought the book of Harry Potter, she deliberately gave the name J.K. Rowling. Her name is Joanne Rowling. The book became so famous that people did not, take care whether it was written by a woman or a man. But deliberately, she hid the name of Joanne because she did not want to, bring in that woman perspective ahead. And therefore, it became a famous book. That's the opinion of the author, and also like J.K. Rowling's own, experience of writing the name as such. And she has even written a murder mystery in the name of a man called Robert. Instead of using her name Joanne Rowling, she thought that if she takes a name of a man, writes in the name of a man, she will get more recognition. And that became true in her case. So that's the thing. Even in the case of publication of books, uh, we can find men writing more, men publishing more, and also, they being recognized more than women. The situations are changing, definitely. I'm not saying that we do not have any rights, but it depends also on, how marginalized a person, caste might more than maybe a woman like me who has various privileges compared to others. Now, taking the idea of, trademarks, there's a documentary by Jean Calvin, which is called Killing Us Softly. So she talks about, even there's a TED talk on that. She talks about branding, like how women are considered as objects of the male gaze. So the advertisement field largely, objectifies women. These are like some of the issues. And the author also says that trademarks are commercial property. They are not something which, benefits the society as such. Like patents and copyright definitely give uh, a social benefit to the society, or they are the, storage of knowledge and those aspects. But we can find that uh, largely, this as entities. So what can we do? What are the steps which we can take to uh, reduce the gender gap? You know, so we should accept the fact that women's contribution can lead to uh, a different perspective in all the fields. Maybe the perspective which I as a teacher is taking while teaching is quite different from a male professor. So this needs to be accepted. Perspectives, different perspectives can contribute, to the intellectuality of the students in our case, or the listeners in our case. And taking it economy wise, in 2018, the IMF came up with a study saying that women who work in different fields, whether it be science, law, or any field, they give boost to the economy itself, economy as a whole. So that is like one perspective, because um, there might be like, giving a support system, requirement of a support system which women need, like for example child care would be the main thing which I would say. Maybe taking care of elders at the home, uh, and other household chores. If they have a support system or a help there, then they can, come out and take care of the economy. Because there are like many of my friends also, maybe by choice or by without choice. By choice, if it's there, it's fine, it's their choice. But without choice, they had to, leave their jobs in various places because of uh, the responsibilities at home. So this needs to be focused, a support system, a care system for the women, if that is there, especially in the field of, engineering and science. They need so much time also, which they need to give. Even as lawyers, maybe professors, it's different. We have a time frame in which we work, but that too, like after coming back home, also we need to read at times. That's not there that we can leave. It's a 9 to 5 or 10 to 5 job. That's not there. But in case of lawyers, they need to put more time for contributing, because we as lawyers always say law is a jealous mistress, right? So similarly, in the field of science, engineering, technology, we can see women uh, cannot give as much time as men, and because of that they are discouraged also from joining that field. So in early times, they say that America was like progressive in case of patenting or copyright writing, um, like women's contribution in intellectual property. But despite that, we can find that the Eastern universities or the Ivy League universities did not encourage women. But in case of, like, say, Western universities, they encouraged women more in studying. But that too, largely social sciences and those subjects, but not science and this thing. Despite saying that, we can end with a very positive note also, that there are very few people who have got 2 Nobel Prizes, and especially in the case of science, I don't think anybody got 2 Nobel Prizes except Marie Curie. Marie Curie got 2 Nobel Prizes, one for physics and chemistry. So that is, like, a positive aspect, that women can also do a lot. And therefore it is incumbent on us also, as those who are in the field of academics, those who are connected to academics in their universities, to encourage uh, women in innovation, as we have the theme for this year. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can please raise them.
Yes. If any questions, clarification, justification, so maybe madam will be taking that. If any, I think no such questions, Amrita. So the way you presented things, oh my God, it is outstanding.
Ma'am, if I can
Sir,
respond,
yeah.
not
If
not
the
by
question,
question. Okay.
yeah. Please, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Amrita, ma'am, for this very timely what is called as highlighting of this important issue. But I must tell you that things are changing very vibrantly. Things in this direction are changing. Let me tell you that only few days back, in my school of law in at Kashmir University, we had a special lecture on intellectual property delivered by one of the renowned intellectual property expert of India. You might be knowing Dr. Gauri Gargate, belonging to IIT Kharagpur. Uh, and apart from that, I must tell you that in my own school, if I take this example, we have around 21 faculty members specialized in different fields. And let me tell you, maybe this is a surprise for you. We have most of the female faculty members who are specialized in intellectual property, and they are doing good so far as what is called as this intellectual property output is concerned on their part. That is recognized at national, maybe at international level also. Apart from this, I must tell you that the social structures and the social constructs which have been there, which inhibited this growth, or were not allowing women, or not believing, as you highlighted throughout your lecture, that they were not actually being recognized as such. But there is an increasing trend now that things are changing, and men actually are. Can find in the academic institutions, it is only women, girls who are figuring at the top. So this is in itself speaking of the fact that the recognition is being given to the women. Thank you once again, ma'am. It was very enlightening. very, very important what is called as deliberation on the subject. Thank you once again.
Dr. Vijeta wish to ask something, it seems.
Yeah, actually, I agree with you that things have changed and are changing compared to maybe a century back. Um, like there are many steps which are taken by the Indian government also, in encouraging women scholars in science. We need to put that forward. Definitely, that is there. Uh, Intellectual property laws in India are like quite ahead compared to where I am working. Like in Nepal, all the laws are outdated as of now. And with regard to innovation, um, there are, I was checking the World Intellectual Property Organization statistics, and very few patents are registered every year. Maybe say 6 to 10 in last 2 3 years. Very few patents were registered. One problem is brain drain. There are people from Nepal who work in Stanford, Harvard. A very famous intellectual property law scholar from Nepal is Pratyush Beti. He's working abroad. We have Surya P. Subedi, who was, was the advisor to the Queen Elizabeth II. So we can find various good scholars from Nepal, but because of the circumstances, they had to leave out. And especially in case of science and innovation, they do not get funding or support from the government at times, and because of that, there is brain drain, a lot of brain drain. People go outside to work, and they register their patents abroad and work in the research institutes there. Another important thing which I missed is, in the recent times, we have the United Nations guiding principles on business and human rights. So based on this, uh, patenting and those aspects, if you see the graph of World Intellectual Property Organization, largely is taken care of by business entities. So business entities means those who are like private research institutes and those aspects. So it is incumbent on them, under the United Nations guiding principles on business, and it is a soft law under international law. It is incumbent on them to take care of this gender gap in innovation. They also are stakeholders. It is their duty also, not only of the government as of now, because of the accountability which the business entities also hold. So this is like one point which I had missed and wanted to mention. Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Yeah.
Uh, I think we don't have any question, Amrita. So thank you so much. You know that Amrita Shenoy, she is well known for authoritative resources. So today also it is very much visible. The sources with which she presented things, so it is quite outstanding. So thank you so much, madam, for such an insightful and mind-blowing session on intersection between world and intellectual property law. So in fact, I inspired by your article published in that Asian, what is that journal? Asian Journal of Broadcasting, that multimedia, University of Multimedia from Malaysia. So there I read your article.
Thank you,
So
sir.
then
Thank
only
you, sir.
I got inspired from that article, and I decided like we should invite madam to address us. So now it is
Thank
materialized.
you so much.
So the way you presented things with see, I could say undoubtedly, undeniably, no resource person spoke in this webinar with such authorities. So that much authorities you have referred. So thank you so much. That itself indicates that intensity, velocity of that preparation. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much for
Thank you so much.
presenting things
I
in such
appreciate it.
a way on behalf of all the organizing institutions and on my own behalf. So I wholeheartedly thank you for presenting a very innovative and very interesting topic with such a clarity, certainty, authenticity. So thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for appreciating so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for reading my work also. Thank you.
Thank you. Please keep
Very
on
happy
writing
to know.
such kind of things, madam, so that like there will be fan like me to read such kind of things.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
madam.
sir.
So now you could take leave. So we will be starting paper presentation session.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Rangaswamy sir, for contacting and inviting.
It
Thank you
is
so much.
Rangaswamy only speaking. I hope that, but names are different. That is the problem. Okay.
Okay, 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 sir. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, Iftikhar sir, then that Vijeta. Sir, now we will be starting the presentation, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will start.
Presentation, sir. So, this is a kind of general instruction for all the paper presenters. So, our technical team will be sending you to various breakout rooms. So, there we will be starting our presentation, sir. So, technical team, so kindly, sir, like there would be an option for you people to join that breakout rooms. So we have created one breakout room. So that one session will be in this general platform only. So some of the presenters, so they will be joining room number one. So in that room number one, so there would we will be conducting one session, then there would be one session in that, so just wait for a minute, so they will be sending you to that respective room. Vijayata madam, Venkateshan sir, so please wait for a minute, so we will be sending you to that respective room. Yeah, yeah. So I request all the participants to kindly look into that breakout room option. So according to your program schedule, kindly join that room. Vijayata madam, right
Yes,
now I
sir.
don't have that program schedule, madam. So because of that, I'm asking. So according to schedule, which is that room, madam?
Sir, that is the session which is scheduled for
হ্যালো, তুমি আমাকে শুনতে পাচ্ছ? না না, হয়ে গেল। হ্যালো রঙ্গস্বামী স্যার, হ্যালো হ্যালো, 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 ব্রেকআউট রুমে চলে গেছো? ব্রেকআউট রুমে চলে গেছো? হ্যালো, দেখলে না আমি ইয়ে করলাম, আমি ওইটাকে আগের সেশনটাকে হোস্ট করলাম। হ্যালো, am I audible sir? হ্যালো, আরে মিউট নেই, আমিও জানি। হ্যাঁ, সুবত তো শুনতেই পাচ্ছে না। কি অনেক তো কি হলো, শোনা যাবে না? হ্যাঁ, আমি রুম নাম্বার 1 এ আছি। না, আমি রুম নাম্বার 1 এ আছি। বলছেন? আমি তো শুনতে পাচ্ছি। আমি ব্যাক করলাম তো, তাও তো শুনতে পাচ্ছি। Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes, which room should I and my team go? I have seen the breakout room.
Ma'am, this is the room number 1, I suppose.
Achha, then in the parallel room, I was supposed to host.
Uh,
Where is
I
Rangaswamy, sir?
Audible to you?
Yes, yes, sir.
I think I was sent to a wrong room. So I am here. I am supposed to be here. Good afternoon to all of you. Do we have a student coordinator here who is supposed to take care of things in this session? There is Sushmita. Do we have Sushmita here? No.
Okay, no problem, sir. Please introduce Ishita ma'am. She will take care of the participants. No problem.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So,
Ishita ma'am is there.
Hello.
Switch on your audio. Yes, sir.
so very good good
Hello,
morning
sir.
to all of you.
Number 1.
So who is going to are we having anybody here to moderate this session?
Yes,
other
sir.
than, other than the
Ishita has
chairperson has
joined.
who
Yes,
is that?
sir. Ishita madam has joined. Please find her. Switch on your audio, video. Yes, she's joining, sir. Wait, please. She's joining.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Good morning, sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Hello.
Audible.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, she'll take care of the students. And she'll also start hosting, like picking the chairperson and the co-chairperson. Will she start, sir?
Ishta, please go ahead. Please start.
Okay, sir. Good morning to one and all, and welcome to the seminar today. So, a warm welcome and greetings to our esteemed chairperson and co-chairperson, management committee, respected professors, dearest guests, and others who have joined in this international seminar. So, today's event promises an engaging and enlightening experience for all of us. So, now we shall start our technical session. I shall call upon one by one participants.
Jesse?
Now I shall invite Mr. Sujay Singh Anandrao Patil to speak few words.
Thank you, madam. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, audible. Audible. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, madam? So, very good morning, all of you. I am Advocate Sujay Anandra Patel from Kolhapur, Maharashtra. So, I am basically a criminal defense lawyer, and I am keen interest in this IPR system. So, I have selected the topic on the plant varieties, protection of plant varieties and farmers. Yeah. Hello. Do you hear me? So, I would like to express my
Yes, sir.
views
Sujay, sir.
about
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I would like to introduce about the plant variety. My topic is protecting plant varieties and farmers' rights in India. As far as this act is concerned, it is we are very well tuned with the International Union of Protection of New Varieties of Plant, as well as the TRIPS Agreement, Section 27(3)(b), and the Indian, as well as the Indian contest is concerned. In Indian contest of protection of plant varieties, in alignment with the TRIPS Agreement, India has selected the sui generis system over the patented under the plant variety protection of farmers' rights. In 2001, this act has been enacted. The act lays the foundation for the establishment of the effective system for the protecting of plant variety, along with the rights of the farmers and the plant breeders. Plant breeders and the farmers can register their new plant varieties with this authority of under PV plant varieties and farmers' rights authority, and subsequently claim for their own ownership right associated with the registered plant variety. Now, why the protection of plant variety has become an important issue, we will discuss on this matter, especially the breeding activities and the expansion of the new varieties are decisive factors for the improving rural income and their overall economic development. The process of plant breeding is long and expensive. It is important to provide an effective system of the plant variety protection with an aim to encourage the development of new varieties of plant for the benefit of the society. What is a variety? We will discuss on this that the variety means a plant grouping except the microorganism within a single botanical taxon of the lowest known rank, which can be defined by the expression of at least one stage or characteristics resulting from the genotype of that plant grouping. This is most of the act is basically on the botanical background. So, as far as the legal contest is concerned, we will discuss on the legal contest. Why? What is the essential derived varieties and why the farmers are need the protection under this act? We will discuss on this matter. What is the essential derived variety? As far as the essential derived variety means, the variety which has been essentially derived from existing variety by any of the following means, that is genetic engineering, mutation, and tissue culture derived back cross derivative. Any other as such, farmers variety means farmers those who cultivate the crops by cultivating the land himself or cultivate groups directly by supervising the cultivation of the land through any other person or conserves and preserves severally or jointly with any person, any wild species or traditional varieties through selection and identification of useful property. What now it is we have to point out the things about the farmers varieties and the plants breeders varieties are different. The farmers varieties is concerned, they are traditionally cultivated and they are evolved by the farmers in their field, and what farmers breed, they are breeders, plant breeders, those who produce the from the initial seeds to variation in the seeds and for the highest yield. That is, this is the basic difference between the plant breeders and the farmers farmer producing the new variant new varieties. So farmers, why
I
the
think this
farmers
is
rights
the
are
parallel session which is
being
going on
recognized?
over here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I think.
This is the parallel session which is going on, which had to be in room number 2. Please, who is the student coordinator in this room?
Hello.
Is there a student coordinator in this room?
May I continue?
I think they are supposed to be in room number 2, ma'am. I think so.
Sir, is there a student coordinator in this room?
I have called upon Sushmita many times, but she's not responding at all.
I think this is the room number 1 which had to be for the parallel for the session number 3. That is for us that Shweta must be the student coordinator. I think she's not there.
Shweta is coordinator for room number 2.
For
but
your
she's
session.
also,
For your
yes,
session.
she is also not present here.
Means student coordinators are not present in the rooms.
So how to
Yes, ma'am.
Venkatesh sir, what should we do? Should we go to the room number 2
Ma'am,
and check?
if that is the case, shall we go to the? I think most of the presenters are
Let
here.
us give a roll call to the presenters.
Yes, ma'am. Because
if they are present.
yes, ma'am.
Just a second, please kindly wait. Is Vishnu Bharti is there in this room? Vishnu Bharti? Yashraj Mishra?
Yes, ma'am.
You are present in this room?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Gargi Sharma? Vaswa Sharma?
Yes,
Ashwini?
ma'am, I'm present.
Yes.
Okay, Ashwini Kulkarni?
Yes, ma'am, I'm also present here.
Okay, and Dayanta Kumar?
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Ashwini P?
Yes, madam.
Manjunath SS? Sudhata?
Yes, ma'am, present.
Sorry, Sujita. And Dr. Rupa?
Yes, ma'am, I'm present.
So, I think most of the participants are from the session 1,
Yes, ma'am.
I feel.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it so? Sir, Sanjay Anand, Mr. Patil. Sir, your session number is,
Hello?
kindly please, your session number is?
1.
Session number 1.
Yes.
So, session number 1 is not scheduled right now. This is session number 3 and 3A, which will be running parallelly. Session
Today,
3 and 3A.
No. Session number 3, but today's session number 1. No, this is the session first going on.
Right. You are in session number 3?
Yes.
You are in session number 3? Okay,
Yes,
but your
yes.
name is not there with us. Okay, your name is not there with us.
Patel, 9:50 to 10 a.m.
Your name is not there in our the list which we have. Yes.
No, the list which you have provided, I have my name is
Okay, kindly check, sir. Please kindly check the session at the top. Which session is that? Kindly see the session.
So I will have to look out. Just a minute.
Yes, Shruti. Yes, madam.
Ma'am, I am in session number 3. My name is Garvi Sharma.
Yes, yes, you are there. So kindly wait. Yes,
Thank
Shruti,
you,
madam
ma'am.
Shruti, you were saying
Madam, right
something?
now somebody
Yes,
has come.
mine is session 3A. So in this room, I need to go.
3A has to be in, I think, room number 2.
No, ma'am, I was there, but they didn't call my name. That's why
No,
I
no.
again.
The thing is that I kindly request all of them to check your session number, timing, and room number and all. Then you can join.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
So
sir.
that we will, because only we have only 10 paper presenters are supposed to be here. So that we request to only them to be here, and rest of you have to identify which room you have to be, so that we can avoid the confusions and all.
Ma'am, I joined room number 2, but they didn't call my name. Then I messaged in that in
No,
that
no,
group.
So
whatever.
there are further sessions also
They will
from
call you.
11 o'clock. There are other sessions.
No,
Kindly check that.
mine is 3A. Mine is 3A.
3A.
Yes, paper code
Okay,
is
okay,
A16.
okay. Okay, let's wait.
Ma'am,
Let's
start
start
one
with
by one, ma'am.
Sanjay. Patil sir. Patil sir, your name is there in session number 3.
Otherwise, we will finish the party, sir. Also, ma'am. I think he has already started. I think
Yeah.
so. Yes,
Yes,
we will.
sir.
You can proceed, sir. You can proceed. You can proceed and finish it, sir.
Patil sir, you can proceed. You can present your paper.
Sir, you can proceed.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, madam. Shall I continue, madam?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. So we were talking about the farmers. We were talking about the farmers' right. So as far as the farmers' right is concerned, the farmer who has bred or developed a new variety shall be entitled for the registration and other protection under this Act, 2001 Act of Protection of Plant Breeders and Farmers Act, in the same manner as a breeder of the variety. Farmer who has engaged in the conservation of genetic resources of the land races and wild relatives of the economic plant and their and improvement through the selection and preservation shall be entitled in the prescribed manner for the recognition and the reward from the gene fund, provided that that material so selected and preserved has been used as a donor of the gene in varieties registered under this act. One of the important aspects of this act is that it recognizes both the plant breeders and the farmers' right. So, as far as the registration is concerned, this act also provides establishment of the authority. That authority should be established by the central government by notification in official gazette, and that authority consists of including chairperson, 15 those members are elected from the agricultural department and farmers welfare of the central government. As far as the registration is concerned, the criteria for registration is section 15 of the Act, that the seed should be novelty, plant variety, propagated and harvested material has not been exploited earlier than in India and earlier than 4 years outside India. There should be distinctiveness and uniformity and stability criteria for registering the seeds under this Act. Now, those we will discuss on the person who are entitled to register under or entitled to protection under this Act. Under section 16 gives the person those who are entitled for the protection that any person claiming to be the breeder of the variety, successor of the breeder variety, and the person being is assignee of the variety, as well as a farmer or a group of farmers or the community of the farmer, and any university or funded or funded agricultural institution claiming to be the breeder of the variety. So these are the persons, they are liable to registered under this with this authority. Now, the general functions of the authority under the general functions of the authority is the registration of the extant. The authority is responsible with the registration of the extant varieties subject to the such conditions and in the manner prescribed. Developing a characterization and documentation of the varieties registered under the Act, documentation and indexing of and cataloging of the farmer varieties, compulsory cataloging facilities of all the varieties of the plant. He ensures that the seeds of varieties registered under this Act are available to the farmers and collecting the statistics of with regard to the plant varieties and contribution of any person in evaluation or development of any plant variety in India or in any other country for the compilation publication, ensuring the maintenance of the register. These are the functions under the which varieties cannot be registered under the Act, that is also provided under section in this Act. The plant variety whose commercial exploitation is detrimental for the environment or public order, public morality or health or human or animal plant life, that cannot be registered under this Act. The plant variety that involves use of the technology which is detrimental to the human and the animal plant life, that variety also to be registered under this Act, as well as the plant variety that belongs to the general species, which is not listed in the notification issued by the government of India, that also cannot be registered under this Act.
Go to the finding, sir. Go to the finding.
Participants are requested, please mute. Let the presenter present.
Now, the process of the registration involves the forms of registration of the plant, new variety, extant variety, farmer's variety, and the essentially derived variety are submitted to the authority and are published in the website. Now, the authority will publish this application in the website for the plant varieties which have received DS certificate, that is distinctiveness, uniformity, and the stability certificate are published in the plant variety journal of the Journal of India, and this is the application is open for the opposition and the registration. So the applications are public the opposition especially. If no opposition is received by the authority within 8 to 20 months of the date of submission of the applications, once registered, it is published in the Plant Variety Journal of India. Now, after being registered under this authority, what the rights the farmer get under this Act, and the right to on the seed, right to register, right to reward and recognition, right to benefit of sharing, right to compensation for the losses. These are the rights which the farmers get, as well as the breeders can get the right, the exclusive right guaranteed to the breeders are to produce, sell, market, distribute, or import the registered plant variety. However, such rights are exempted from using for the research purpose. You can use these varieties. Otherwise, you cannot use it. These are the rights that are available to the farmers and the breeders under this Act. As far as the infringement is concerned, if any person who under section 64 of the Act, the infringement, what amounts to infringement is given. If any person without the permission of the breeder or the farmer, a registered farmer, sells, exports, imports, or produces such a variety, or uses, sells, exports, imports, or produces the variety giving such a variety denomination identical with or deceptively similar to the denomination of a variety registered under this Act in such a manner as to cause confusion in the mind of general public. People in identifying such a variety is called infringement, and suit for infringement lies to the district court local jurisdiction. The cause of action is arose. So, what are the penalties? We will discuss the penalties also.
Okay, sir. Go to the finding. If you want to say anything, you can tell.
So this is the unique act which has been enacted by our government, taking recognizing the right of the plant breeder as well as farmer side. This is the unique legislation which has been enacted by the legislation. Another country has enacted this kind of legislation and recognizing the farmer side especially. And they have there are a lot many problems with other countries that they cannot enact such laws because of the confusion that how to give the rights to the farmers, because the farmers' rights and the plant predator side. There are overlapping implications of the geographical indications as well as the rise of these plant predators, those who produce the new varieties. So in spite of this technical difficulties, we have enacted our legislation. So this is the unique legislation and an example for the other countries, those who are developing countries.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, sir.
That we have
Okay, sir. Hello.
successfully
Please don't
implemented this
interfere,
act.
ma'am. Please.
As far as the success of this act is concerned, right from 2001, we have only 14 species that has been registered in 2007, and now in 2003, we have nearly about 147 plant varieties that has been registered under the act. This is the success of our act. So only
Sir,
I
my
thought that
question
I
is,
should express the
I
views
want
of
to
this
ask a
act.
question. Mr. Patil, I want to
Ask,
ask a
madam.
question that kindly how the government is felicitating in the registration of this patents and geographical indications and all to help the farmers and all.
This sui generis, we have adopted a sui generis. As I say, the sui generis system we have adopted. That while implementing this act, we have to follow the Article 253, 300A, and as far as the culture, so we can refer to the Article 299 of the Constitution, that is cultural rights. So this act it comes within this constitutional provisions that we are recognizing the rights of the farmers, especially farmers, right? 300A, Article 253 and Article 29, Article 29. In this regard, we can
Any law has been
see the
legislated
provisions.
specifically.
Sir,
Any
please
law has been legislated specifically.
Sir, you understand the question
This,
from the chairs
no,
and co-chairs.
this law is parallel to the Seeds Act. The Seeds Act is different. Whatever you you are asking, it should not be overlapped or you should not confuse with the Seeds Act 1966 and this act. Seeds Act is different from this act. And what you want to see the provisions you can see in the cultural rights of Article 29 of the Constitution as well as Article 253 while implementing the provisions of the international norms which we have followed, that is TRIPS agreement and International Union for the Protection of Plant Varieties.
Okay.
Okay.
1960.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Conventions.
Ma'am, you can call upon another. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir, for sharing your professional knowledge and expertise. Now, next, I would like to invite Aditi Agarwal to share your knowledge. Yeah, Aditi Agarwal, are you there?
Miss Ishita, are
Yes,
you the
ma'am.
student coordinator in this room?
I think Aditya Agarwal is not there in our list, ma'am. I think so.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. If that is the case, you can call upon another. Next is a Vishnu.
Vishnu. Yes. Mr. Vishnu Bharti.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please. Please present your paper.
Wait a minute. I will share my screen.
Yes.
Ma'am, start, ma'am.
Yes, please
Yes.
start.
Good morning, respected chairperson, esteemed researchers, and other participants. Today, I am sharing before you with a great enthusiasm and a profound sense of responsibility to present a paper that delves into a topic of utmost significance titled Geographical Indication and Challenges, Safeguarding Heritage, Promoting Sustainability. Myself, Vishnu Bharati, a student pursuing BBLLB, and my esteemed co-author Manjunath sir, an assistant professor of law, both from Vidyavikas Institute of Legal Studies, Mysuru. Without further delay, let us embark on this enlightening exploration of geographical indication. Geographical indication, GI, is a powerful intellectual property tool that protects and promotes products originating from specific geographical region, achieving their unique quality, reputation, and cultural heritage. By differentiating products in the market, GI safeguards intangible economic assets such as product attributes and reputation. It is important to note that GI is not a private right like patent, trademark, or design. It is a community right owned by all the producers. GI offers numerous socio-economic benefits to producers and local communities while preserving traditional knowledge and practices. This paper explores the concept of GI, its significance, and the challenges it faces in today's globalized world. Next, let us understand the concept of geographical indication. Geographical indication, which is shortly known as GI, is an essential aspect of intellectual property rights, labeling products with a specific geographic origin and highlighting their distinct qualities and characteristics linked to the place. It aims to protect origin, site, and ensure quality and reputation of the product. GI can be applied to various products, including natural, agricultural, and manufactured goods. The function of geographical indication includes identifying the product origin, ensuring quality and authenticity, and it attract the investment as well as preserve cultural production. Understanding the interlink between the product quality and the geographical indication, geographical origin, highlight the importance of GI in promoting authenticity and consumer trust. Having discussed the concept and functions of GI, it's time to delve into the significance of geographical indication. Firstly, geographical
recording in progress
hold immense significance in preserving traditional knowledge and cultural practices. By linking the products to specific origin, geographical indication ensures that age-old techniques, craftsmanship, and cultural expressions are protected and passed down through generations, safeguarding the unique identity of local communities. Secondly, for consumers, GI provides reliable assurance of the product authenticity and quality. When a product carries a GI tag, consumers can trust and that it's originated from a specific region known for its distinct character and other the rigorous standards, ensuring they receive genuine and superior products. Next, GI acts as a shield protecting traditional knowledge and cultural expressions from misuse or misappropriation. In India, in the state of Karnataka, there have been multiple instances of complaints regarding the sale of counterfeit silk sarees, falsely labeled as Mysore silk. The sarees are being sold by private entities, misleading consumers and imprints upon the GI rights associated with Mysore. The Karnataka Silk Industry Corporation Limited, as registered proprietor of the GI for Mysore silk, has the authority to take action against such sellers. By exercising their rights, they can initiate legal measures against the sellers to protect the authenticity and reputation of Mysore silk and safeguard the interest of consumer. Next, the recognition of geographical indication on the global stage offers producers a competitive advantage in international trade. Last but not least, the GA plays an important role in regional development and economic growth by attracting investment, providing economic opportunity to local communities. Next, moving forward, legal framework for geographical indication. In India, the Geographical Indication, Registration and Protection Act 1999 provides a generous system for safeguarding GIs within its jurisdiction. And in internationally, the trade-related aspect of intellectual property rights, which is commonly known as TRIPS agreement, recognizes GI as a category of intellectual property and sets standards for their protection. Having established the significance of geographical indication, let's now delve into the next aspect of our study.
Vishnu Bharati, please you explain about to what extent this GI safeguard the heritage as well as promoting the sustainability instead of telling about the significance and overview like that.
Yes, sir. Actually, I completed
you go to the main theme actually. The topic itself is safeguarding the heritage and promoting the sustainability. In such a way, you have to present.
Yes, sir. But I have mentioned the challenges also. Shall I present this?
Okay,
right
proceed and yes, because you have only limited times. That's why.
Yes, so first, GA proposed the trade of commercial exploitation with products falsely claiming to be GA protected. This undermines the reputation and the economic value of authentic GA products. Second, I would mention that ensuring the authenticity of GA products can be complex, leading to dispute over production methods, ingredients or adherence to establishing standard, maintaining maintaining confidence in the authenticity of GA products is crucial. Next, the global nature of trade purpose challenges in enforcing GA protection across borders. Difference in legal framework and the jurisdictional issues can hinder effective enforcement. Next, limited awareness among producers, consumers, and policymakers about GA can hinder the effective implementation. Education and awareness campaigns are vital to promote understanding and support for GA protection. Next, striking a balance between preserving traditional practice associated with GIs and encouraging innovation, challenging, adapting to evolving consumer demands and technology advancement is essential. Finally, global process challenges of GA protection due to differentiating legal systems and varying levels of recognition across countries. Market access challenges include breaking into new markets, trade barriers, and unfamiliarity with the GA hinder the expansion of GA protected products in global market. Moving on from the challenges faced in GA protection, let's now explore some successful case studies that explain the positive impact on geographical indication. First, Darjeeling tea, a renowned Indian tea, holds a geographical indication tag. It signifies that tea is exclusively grown in a specific region of Darjeeling, West Bengal. The GA production ensures the tea unique flavor and characteristics, attributing to the region high altitude gardens and distant climate, preventing unauthorized and preserving the authenticity. Next, campaign from France holds the geographical indication status, signifying that its origin exclusive from Champagne region in France. This geographical indication product in its specific area following strict production methods can be labeled and sold as champagne. The GI recognized safeguards the wine's reputation, authenticity, and economic value, making it a symbol of quality and prestige in the global wine market. Next, Parmigiano Reggiano is a cheese variety with the geographical indication label from a specific region in Italy, including Parma and Reggio Emilia. This GI protection ensures that only cheese produced in these designated areas adhering to traditional methods and ingredients can be labeled and sold as the Parmigiano Reggiano. The GI recognition guarantees the cheese quality, distant flavor, and authenticity, making it as a highly recommended and sought after product in the culinary world.
Vishnu, you have only 3 more minutes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next, to overcome the challenges, stakeholders can employ several best practices and strategies. First one is develop reuse laws with a clear definition, enforce mechanism, and penalties for unauthorized use and ensuring effective protection. I agree with that. In India, there have been a geographical indication protection act, but it's in chapter 8 only there is a and policymakers about the benefits and importance of GI, fostering support and complaints. If you are in the perspective of India, if you are observing, there are a lot of local communities without aware of the GI, they are exploiting their right, and this has been misleading the consumers also. Next, collaborate with other countries and organizations to best practices, harmonize efforts, and encourage cross-border GA protection. Next, provide financial assistance, technical support, and market access to empower local communities and small-scale producers. In India, if you are in the Indian perspective, if you are seeing, there have been n number of good geographical indications. Like there are large-scale industries, but for the small-scale industries, if you are seeing, there have been limited access. So that's we need to improve that. Then last one is leverage and innovative tools like blockchain for transparency and authenticity for combat counterfeiting. There have been a lot of counterfeiting complaints in respect to India. So to combat that, we need to some improvement in the technologies. So I would like to conclude that geographical indication plays a vital role in protecting and promoting traditional products, preserving